Welcome to the overview of how you can get greater value from your Control M investment. There are many areas within Control M where we can achieve greater efficiencies. One of those areas is the integration modules. These are modules that come with the core Control M components that integrate directly with database technologies, with Hadoop, big data environments, with ERP systems such as SAP or Oracle E-Business Suite. Additional to these modules, there are ways that we can integrate directly to platforms without any need for a Control M component, using Secure Shell, SSH, or using WMI on the Windows platforms. An extension to these modules is the ability to build your own integration using a web-based GUI. Many of our customers have already built these integrations to business applications or business functions that you may need to use. These are available on the hub, so if you go to bmc.com/hub, you can find all of the available modules that other customers have already pre-built that you can then utilize and modify to your needs. However, if you need to build one from scratch, there is a web interface that enables you to build the module so that you have no coding within Control M, no scripting, and you can build the module using REST APIs, using a web service, or using command line interactions to the products that you need to interface with. Once we've built all these modules and embedded them within our regular batch applications, we really need to make sure we have control over what is actually being managed. So here we have standards. So standards enable us to build a rule set based on any requirements that we have on Control M job definition elements. For example, the job name. Once we've defined all of our standards and populated these to our environments, we then need to consider moving definitions between environments. For example, production, pre-production, etc. This is where the promotion rules come into play. Here we have a set of find and replace options to locate particular text strings, replace them with the standards defined for other areas. So in this example, we have a folder name called GBR underscore, and that needs to be replaced when it's moved through the environments to GBR underscore PRD underscore. So very simple, but very powerful and very flexible, because you can replace prefix, suffix, expressions, and more. Then we can start looking at business impact based on batch failure or batch overruns. Then we have the ability to start performing real-time impact modeling to see the effect downstream on an overrunning batch at the end of the month rather than on today's date. We can affect exit code changes in simulation mode. We can see how they affect the jobs and the services. And we also have the ability to dynamically modify workflows. So now we have all of our batch processes running to perform optimally. We need to start thinking about the outputs and the logs that are generated by these processes. So we can save these logs for long term, whether that be 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, whatever requirements you have. Audits and regulatory requirements will affect that. This data is stored in a separate database that does not impact upon the Control M environment at all. The access to this is via any Control M user interface, so whether you're using the Windows desktop client, whether you're using the web browser, whether you're using the self-service mobile app, you can get at this data. As you can see, we can now look at the archive search, and on the archive search we have options which are very comprehensive, so we can search by job name, the output containing particular text strings, the folder name, the date, many options there. So it's very comprehensive. Once we've selected our outputs, we can select a successful run and a failed run together, and then compare the output and the log for each of these executions side by side, which makes it much quicker when trying to figure out what went wrong with my process today when yesterday's worked absolutely fine and nobody's made a change. We're offering an efficiency health check. And what does this actually mean? This means that we will spend half a day on site with you looking at your current Control M deployment, the things that you're doing with Control M, the components you've got deployed, the components you could have deployed, so areas where we can potentially improve your efficiency. This may be by deploying an application integrator job. It could be by tuning a particular system parameter to save more data. Once we've done this, we will go away and write a very short report where we think you can actually make efficiency gains and provide that report to you. And best of all, you don't pay for any of this. It's all free. And thank you for listening.